when someone says, "Oh, you're just trying to make money," so
Yeah.
I mean, like, since when is it a bad thing to make money? I'm not
Right.
selling you a vacuum cleaner. I'm selling you something that works. And somebody would say, I actually thought that, oh, you guys sound like used car salesmen. Hey, no, it isn't like used car salesmen chase people in Target. People come into the lot looking for a car. So they're helping them. I'm finding a solution for you. I mean, even a used car salesman, they get bad reps. They're finding a solution. You're in the lot looking, well, let me help you find something. Shit. So this whole, like, in all you trainer dudes out there, if anyone should make the money, it's you, because you're actually helping people. I mean, you're not prescribing them some bullshit medication to pacify them. You're actually teaching them good habits. You're getting their life in order. You have them hanging around positive, great people who are good influencers. Beyond that, you're getting them stronger, fitter, leaner, happier. I mean, damn, anyone deserves to make money. It's us. And don't ever apologize for making money. It's one of the most bullshit things in this industry, Jim. Oh, you're just trying to make money? So I can't make money too?
Hey, what's up, everybody? That was Frank Nash, obviously. This episode's guest on the podcast, and he has a lot of great information. His clubs are unbelievable. They look like the future. They look like video games, something out of Tron or some other video game. They're totally spectacular. You have to go online and check them out. But he also runs solid business systems, has a solid business philosophy that makes them super successful. And if you get a chance, go to trainergym.net to give our sponsors some love. We got Profit Marketing Solutions. If you want to get more people in your club, make more revenue, you need marketing. And nobody's better at it than Tim Lyons and his team over at Profit Marketing Solutions. It's also brought to you by Cryo Releaser. It's a cold, soft tissue device that I find reaches spots that other products on the market can't reach. And then with the cold, it helps with anti-inflammation as well. So check it out. And then last but not least, Offering Tree. Websites are becoming a big place to funnel leads and potential new clients through. And if you're not utilizing your website to do that, then you need to. Nobody's better at that than Offering Tree. They're a bunch of computer programmers, so they include a lot of features right into the website. You can get it as low as $5.99 a month if you click on the link through the website. So go to trainergym.net, click on the link at the top that said sponsorship offers, and start saving money and making money at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Frank Nash. He's a super cool dude. Lots of good information. So enjoy this episode. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Be Live broadcast of Masters in Fitness Business podcast. And I have where you get to stand on the shoulders of giants. And on today's episode, I have the OG, the original gangster, Frank Nash, the very first guest on the podcast. And now he's making a return to the podcast. And this guy is a baller. He is one of the founding members of Secret Trainer Society. He runs soon to be 2 great clubs up in the Boston area. And he travels all around the country speaking about fitness business, social media, you name it. And not only that, but I'm going to include this on the Facebook page once this episode goes up. His clubs look like something from the future. And when I heard him present at one of Thomas Plummer's workshops, he talked about he wanted his club to look like something from the future, and it's fucking badass. I have to tell you,
I appreciate
you did a great job. So
Thank
Frank,
you.
welcome to the show.
Yeah, great to be back. I can't believe has it been a couple of years now?
Going a little over 2 years, yeah.
2 years and 500 episodes later.
We finally got you back on the show, but you're so busy between stronger personal training, DocFit. You're doing the NFBA, National Fitness Business Alliance tour. You're talking at Perform Better circuit. You're on podcasts all over the place. So you're crushing it. You just got back from almost a 2-week trip in Japan, where you got to get your Wu-Tang on over there.
Yeah, get my samurai strength going. That was sick, man. But I'm glad to be back, and I'm happy to be on the show, Jim.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad to have you on. So I want to jump right into it because I know you're busy and I want to respect your time. So you went from Frank Nash Training Systems to Stronger Personal Training.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us why you decided to rebrand?
That's a great question, Jim. And I get that question all the time. And I'll be honest, if anybody wants me to talk you through rebranding, I can do this. The reason was very simple. Let me give you a little backstory. I worked at a big box club, Gold Gym, like most of you trainer dudes. You worked at a big club as a trainer. My first club I opened was called Platinum Performance. Do you know why I called it Platinum Performance? Because I was disgruntled at Gold. And what's better than gold? That was stupid.
That's a Rick Mayo story right there. Yeah.
It was completely out of spite. And what happened was I opened this club, and of course I'm the guy, I'm training 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single night. And nobody would even call it Platinum Performance. They would say, let's go to Frank's. And the ego in me said, you know what? Let's just call it Frank Nash Training Systems. This is my gym, Frank Nash. People are calling it Frank Nash anyway. And let me expand my own personal brand too. So to be honest, Jim, Frank Nash Training Systems was just out of ego and being selfish. And I really made it all about me, which is where the rebrand came in to Stronger. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about us. It's about my staff. It's about the members. It's about the community that we're creating and the lives we're trying to change. So though I might drive the vision and the culture, it is less about me than anybody else. I empower my staff. I empower my members and our ambassadors to be the face. And I'm in the background. You go on my website, you can't even find me on Stronger Personal Training. So for that reason, I really wanted to make it more about the community rather than about me. Also, what the hell is a Frank Nash training system? It doesn't mean anything. So from a marketing standpoint, it doesn't really work that well as well, unless you know who I am in the community and you like me. But what if you don't like me? I mean, shit, it could go both ways. And if you search personal training in Google and Frank Nash Training System comes up, I'm not convinced that you're going to click on it, because what the hell is that? Where the name Stronger just really resonated with me because it's beyond physical strength. It could really mean anything. It really just means improvement, getting stronger. So let's just say, Jim, you come to my club and maybe you learn something. As far as I'm concerned, that's a form of strength. Maybe you become maybe you learn how to log your food better. Maybe you build a stronger relationship with friends, community. Maybe you can't even lift heavier weights. Maybe you lose no body fat, but you have more confidence. That definitely is a form of strength. You are getting stronger. So that's really our motto is we just want you to get stronger, whatever that means to you. We just want you to when you leave here and your tenure stops, we want you to leave a better person or an improved human being. So that really was the whole idea behind branding to Stronger. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love that story because it also not only is it a testament to you wanting to build something that's bigger than you, so you don't become that bottleneck in your business. Oh, where's Frank? Where's Frank? This is Frank Nash. Where's Frank Nash? Where it's Stronger, then it's about the team. It's about the members. It's about something bigger than you. But it's also a testament to the evolution of you, because like when you started with Platinum out of spite, you were probably just some young punk trainer. Yeah, I can do this. I'm going to kick Gold's ass. This is me.
I'll show them.
Right. I'll show them. And then you go in there and then you go to Frank Nash. And then after a while, you get into the business and you start dealing with people. You realize you got to build a team in order to be super successful. So then you just evolve. You evolve as a leader. You evolve as a business person. And then that's what caused the rebranding. So I love that story. So tell us, how hard was it to rebrand?
Rebranding is definitely an interesting thing. For those of you who might be considering it, it is very difficult because this is something that you're going to have to live with. Not just you, but your members, your staff, your community has to live with. I watched an interesting video a few years ago before I decided to make the move. And it was a guy who owned a bunch of super churches. And I think he owned like 20 of them. And he was just talking about rebranding and what that looks like and how you do it. And even though it was a church and we have gyms, the message was still the same, that when you rebrand, your members and staff will have a feeling of remorse and loss, like they're losing something. So you have to walk and talk them through it. You have to let them know way ahead of time that you're going to make the rebrand, but also you're going to ask for their feedback. You're going to ask them, hey, so what do you think about this? And here's why we're going to do it. You can't just spring it on them because they'll revolt. Even though we took all the steps to let the members know, like way ahead of time, let the staff know what they thought. Everyone was kind of into it, open door policy, come talk to me. Your members still think that you're going corporate and you're selling out and you're doing something weird. And the reality is, guys, it really is because for you. I mean, I just want to get my name off the building. Actually, it's going to get better, believe it or not. So in terms of the rebranding, when you deliver the message and you do it, just give yourself a lead time where you ask your members their opinion. Whether or not you take it is irrelevant, but you want to make them feel involved. Ask your staff for their opinion. Whether or not you take their opinion is irrelevant, but you want to make them feel like they're involved in the process because, like I said, like Stronger, it isn't about me. It's the community, and I want everyone to feel like they're a part. Now, you will still get some members that will be upset and leave you because they're just sad that they lost this brand, but you can just assure them that nothing's changing but the name on the building. If anything, it's getting better. So that's from a messaging standpoint, that's difficult. From a financial standpoint, it's expensive. I mean, you're going to drop at least between 50 and 100 grand to rebrand just from you're going to change everything out from your website, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Now that's just electronic. Now we start talking about you're going to get a graphic designer to help you with the logo. Beyond that, we're going to put new signage outside, inside, T-shirts, ambassador programs. You find pens now that have the old logo. You got to get rid of all that stuff, and you got to get people to buy in to the new brand. And a cool way to do that, Jim, I might be getting off topic, is when you let your members know about the rebrand and what's going to happen and why you're thinking about it, have them all apply to be ambassadors of this new brand and make them apply. And they apply by just answering 10 questions. They answer the 10 questions, all of them correctly. They get, one of your new brand T-shirt. Let's just say it's, Jim's Gym. They get a Jim's Gym T-shirt, but also they have to abide by the bylaws, which are something as simple as wear a Jim's Gym T-shirt every single time at the club, because now if you're taking photos and videos, it's branding throughout. They go from your club to the supermarket, they're branding, and also if there's a new member in the club, they have to abide by helping the new member. Introduce yourself, motivate them, throw them a high five, just be caring, and just make them feel like they're part of the community, and give them 10% off like everything in the club, not their membership, but like supplements, nutrition, massage. And if they follow those rules or those guidelines, they're making money for you. I mean, they're outside the club, just being kick-ass ambassadors. And don't put a limit on ambassadors. If you get 100 people willing to do that, I'm glad to give you 10% off everything in the club. Shit, man, you're working for me.
Yeah,
so
no kidding.
I might want to put you on payroll.
Well, I don't know about that. Payroll is such a big monster anyway. But so, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about, just as a side note, since you brought it up. So how does that work with the Ambassador Club? And how long have you been doing that? What kind of numbers does it? How does it move the needle?
You know what it does? It definitely I did it. I first started when I rebranded, and the reason I did it is because I wanted people to be excited about the new brand rather than them just feeding off my enthusiasm. I want them to want to be a part of this. And in terms of moving the needle, I had nothing to measure it against, but it is really cool. It's a 3-month tenure, and we let you could reapply. And honestly, we give it to everybody. And I'll be honest, guys, if someone doesn't wear the T-shirt, you're not yelling at them. If someone doesn't throw a high five to a new member, you're not going to police it. But it's a good way to get your brand out there in terms of T-shirts and members wearing it.
Nice. And so it doesn't cost you anything.
Nothing. I mean, those are T-shirts, Jim, I was going to give out anyway.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. And then they're probably buying extra supplements or merchandise or shakes or anywhere because they figure, hey, I got 10% off, so I'm going to spend a little bit more. So actually, they spend more.
And I'm sure in the long run it helps with retention as well too. I mean, shit, I can't leave that club. I'm an ambassador. I can't cancel my membership. I mean, I'm part of that club. I help that club.
Yeah, you're like the church deacon.
Exactly.
Nice. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to steal that if
Please
you don't mind. That's why I call the show "Standing on the Shoulders of Giants" because of little nuggets like that, little takeaways. All right, so we cover the rebranding. When you say lead time for your members and your staff, how much lead time?
3 months.
3 months.
Minimum 3 months.
Okay.
Minimum 3 months. And when I say minimum 3 months, you got to have everything together by then. It starts with just asking them their opinion, what they think, and your stand. Never do it in a letter. Never do it in a post. It's got to be a video so they can feel your emotion come through. And just ask them to leave comments, within the thread, and you just reassuring them how awesome it's going to be. By that time, you would have already met and talked to your staff and got them excited, and they're on board so they can answer questions as well too when members come in. It's just an open door policy too. And what you'll do in the club the next couple of days, just walk around throwing high fives, saying, "Hey, did you see my post about the potential rebrand of the company?" "Oh no, can I talk to you about it?" It's really exciting time for us. It's a really exciting time for me, my family. And I think you're really going to love it. You have a second? It takes a little legwork up front, but what you don't want is you want to give people the story before they make up their own story about it. No, I heard Jim's selling his gym. I heard Frank's moving to Japan. When the reality is, I really want to change the name of the company on the wall, on the door, inside and outside the club, for a zillion reasons. Number one is from a liability standpoint. I probably should get my name off the building. Hell, I mean, I don't know. Let's just say I'm driving and some homeless guy jumps out in front of me and I hit him. I mean, my name's in the paper. I mean, that could kill my brand. And if my name is removed from the brand, at least the company, the employees and our members don't suffer the fate that I do. When it's not their fault. I mean, shit happens, and it's a good way to make that separation. But yeah, man, nobody wants to buy a Frank Nash anyway. Down the line, somebody wants to buy a bunch of these clubs. I mean, I don't want to have to stay on if I don't want to. Mm-hmm. Shit.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, because then it gives you a certain amount of anonymity and freedom to operate and run the business too. Because it's like you said, it's not about you and it's bigger than you. So I imagine your rebranding went pretty easy because I'll just say it. Your club is fucking dope.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
It's like when I heard you present and you said, I wanted my club to look like something from the future. That's exactly what it looks like.
Thank you.
Between the lighting and the turf and everything, the lobby, everything. I mean, if you guys haven't gotten online and checked out Frank's club, Stronger Personal Training, I urge you to do so because this guy's an industry leader. I mean, when I say it looks like something you would find in Tokyo,
right?
And it's phenomenal. So, where did that come from? Who helped you with that? How did that happen?
A friend of mine, it's a designer named Coco Black. We put our heads together, and my idea was I wanted something like the movie Tron. I wanted someone to feel like they were stepping, into a video game where it was something that they would never forget. Where I can control the exercise, I can control the nutrition, I can control the music, the energy, the high fives. How would I control your environment too? And let me make it something that is so different that it's just going to push your wig back and melt your face. And I'm happy that I was able to accomplish that. And you know me for a while, Jim. I dare to be different. I'm always pushing the envelope to really change it up and disturb the industry. And that's what I was really looking to do was to say, shit, like, it doesn't have to be a green turf, black rubber flooring gym, which is fine. I mean, that was my gym before, but hell, why don't I put down rainbow turf and call it the Bifrost, which of course is the rainbow bridge from Asgard to Midgard. If you've seen Thor, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
By the way, Ragnarok is one of the best movies ever. But it's just to have fun with it and the lights and everything. And shit, man, I wish people only came to our clubs for fitness. Man, it's their third place. They got their home, they got their work, and there's a place they want to go and spend their money. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. And I might be getting ahead of myself, Jim, but the industry is changing where the member is becoming sophisticated in the trainer space thanks to some of these really large brands like Orange Theory, Barry's Boot Camp, Soul Cycle. Like whether don't you can argue about their programming all you want, but from an entertainment experience standpoint,
and even Peloton,
man, they do a really great job of capturing that. And most of the people who join our clubs, I would love to tell you they love working out. They hate it. So why would I focus so much on the shit they hate when I can start focusing on the things they love, which is music, high fives, chest bumps, the lighting, the vibe, all those things which can entice them to pay and stay longer. They don't care about my programming. No one ever says to us after a great workout, yo, Frank, that 2-to-1 pull to push ratio, that was on point. Frank, I've noticed that we don't do crunches and we focus more on core stability. You're really good. You know what? I was wondering when we were going to do some shoulder stability work. So thanks for throwing in those farmers walks. And I love how it's anti-side bend too for my core. They don't know. They don't give a shit. All they care about is when they leave. Are they sweating? Do they have that Ric Flair woo feeling? And are their friends there? Do they like you? Are you their friend? That's the things that we really need to focus and concentrate on outside of the programming. I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast with Jim, your programming's tight. But I hate saying it, but it sometimes it's so irrelevant. I mean, because I'm sure it's tight anywhere you go now, especially with you guys.
Yeah. And so what are some of the side effects that you've seen from that visual rebranding with the lighting and the way the club looks?
Well, from your existing members, they really don't care. They're already in your club and they love it. Mm-hmm. But we do get members that say, honestly, I saw your place on Facebook or Instagram or your website. I just had to come check out because it's absolutely crazy. I thought it was a nightclub. Someone mentioned, hey, I thought it was a strip club, and I'm like, why can't it be both? but it is a great form of marketing, but also it increases the value of your club. When members will shop your club, they're just sophisticated now, and unfortunately, most clubs look like most clubs, training clubs: black rubber floor, green turf, gray wall. And since all clubs look the same, again, your members is more sophisticated, but they still don't understand the difference. When they walk into a club, they see those three things: green turf, black floor, gray wall. They think of it's the same. They don't know that, Jim, you're a master trainer and how skilled you are at motivating, helping people lose body fat. All they see is, damn, Jim's $100 more a month. It doesn't make sense to them. But if you can say, well, listen, this is more than just me changing your life and making your friends jealous as you lose weight, but it's we put the swag into the swing too at our club. We put the swag with the strength.
Nice.
So we can have some fun too.
Yeah, and I think again, getting back to what I was talking about earlier with your evolution and the evolution of the business, it goes, for me, that shows that you've evolved from thinking of your club from a trainer standpoint to thinking of it as a client and potential client standpoint. So what are some of the things that you think gym owners should focus on with that in mind, thinking about with their clients in mind and being able to stand out so they don't become a commodity, like you said?
Yeah, I would say, and again, this is something that we've been working on, I'd say the last year, which has helped us out a lot, Jim. I don't care how good your programming is, how good of a coach trainer you are, how slick and nice your facility is. You're only as good as your team and how efficient they are. So one of the biggest missing links, and I think in our industry, is as trainers, I mean, you can a lot to this too, Jim, is we don't do staff training. I mean, we don't do staff training. I mean, so we're really making a conscious effort to really sharpen the sword every day with staff training. So, we meet once a week, but we have virtual training every single day, through our systems. And it's something that I was explained to me very so eloquently. It was like, if you listen to a song, you hear it once. I mean, you hear it once, you don't remember it. You hear it 5 times, you kind of get the gist of it. You hear it 100 times, you know that shit inside and out. And really, as a staff, you want that unity where everyone is verbatim the exact same. If I ask you a question, hey Jim, how is Catalyst going to help me lose body fat? The front desk girl should have the same exact answer as you, as your manager, as the damn janitor. But they don't, because we're too busy doing other things to actually train. And know what? All the top brands in the world do staff training all the time. But for some reason, in the fitness industry, we train people up once and then we let them go. Before we started our staff training module going forward, our daily staff training, I asked one of my guys who's been with me for 2 years. I go, Brad, when's the last time you got staff training? He goes, my internship. I go, when was that? A year and a half ago? Can you imagine that? I mean, but he's so good that he just learned on the fly. So I would say that we are definitely in the people currency. We're in the relationship currency, and to have a consistent, solid relationship from your club standpoint, everyone's got to be on the same page and sharp. I mean, think of the things that in meetings, all my trainer owners and dudes out there in meetings that then it's just not working right. So you're bringing up in a meeting. Shame on us to just expect them to get it. Hell, put a train together, a virtual training program, and have them do it every day for a week. I guarantee they're a lot better because that'll make sense. It's the reps, man. It's right. They got to get the reps.
Gotcha. That's beautiful, because I agree, because a lot of times, especially with younger trainers that just starting out in the business, they will train them and then train them once, and then they'll let them go, and they're like, oh, they're not doing it right, and then they'll jump in and take over instead of sticking with the program and trusting the process and continuing to train them until they do it the way that they want. And that's the big difference.
Now, for all you Patriot haters out there, I'm just going to say this. So obviously, I'm in right outside Boston. I'm a Patriots fan, and Tom Brady, 6 Super Bowls later, the guy still practices all the time. He's still throwing passes. He don't got this. He's still sharpening the sword. And why should we not practice and get the reps? And I say that even for myself too. There are things I need to sharpen the sword on, whether it's sales training, even coaching myself up and taking courses on just being a better leader.
Yeah.
So I think we all going to get the reps, but it's definitely a missing link in our industry. I think everyone can improve upon.
Yeah, being a better leader and leading your staff and building that team. And since you brought it up, this is my playoff beard. I'm in St. Louis. Frank's in Boston. The Blues are trying to win their first Stanley Cup in their franchise history. So by the time this airs, it will be over. But Game 5 is tonight. So hopefully the Blues can win it in 6. Maybe Frank and I can make a friendly wager about that. But either way,
I'll buy you some clam chowder.
What's that?
I'll buy you some clam chowder.
Some chowder, and I'll send you some toasted ravioli, which, by the way, everybody from outside of St. Louis fucking hates that shit. But it's the most unhealthy food ever. But anyway, so you're talking about staff training. What are some other business principles that stand out to you that club owners should focus on?
Oh man, okay. Well, staff training I think is definitely number one. Mm-hmm. Beyond staff training, just treating your staff appropriately, make them feel appreciated. You and I had this conversation off air. You're just going to make them feel appreciated, even though I'm not built like that. And I know, Jim, you're not built like that. And some of y'all listening, you don't need someone to pat you on the back and saying you're doing a good job. But listen, your employees, managers, janitors, they're not built like you. They need that, whether it's public recognition, they need a high five, they need a slap on the back. Some of them will need, just send them a gift card, through email and say, hey, Jeff, I think you're doing a great job. Coffee's on me. You have to recognize them because they're not built like you. They need it. They're emotional and they want to feel like they're a part of something, and they do want to feel appreciated. It's hard because I'm not built like that. And I know most of you aren't built like that either. So that's another, again, that might tie into staff training, but at the end of the day, you got to get butts in the door with the sales process. Slow it down, become their friend, and just ask for the sale. I mean, it's so easy. You got to have a solid sales system. You just can't have people come and try a week out and hope that they join and never see them again. And they're not going to come up to you and ask you, hey, can I join? You got to ask them for the money. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones, whether you like the Cowboys or not. Years ago, I was watching a Cowboys, Thanksgiving game, and they had an interview with him, and they go, Jimmy, what are your two best business advice you can give anybody? What are the two things that you would tell any entrepreneur to do? Number one, always ask for the money. Number two, always ask for the money. And again, I'm in a lot of clubs, so I see a lot of owners and trainers who really are scared of rejection. At least half the people aren't going to buy your shit anyway. So you got to get over that and just ask for the money. Hey, we got to get you signed up. That's it. Hey, let's get you signed up today. What they say? No. They say no. Go, okay. Can I ask you a question? Is there any reason why? If the price was lower, would you do it? At least you can start digging and finding out the real reason. But it's really not that hard. We just don't do it. So always ask for the money. I saw from Jerry Jones.
Yeah, nice. And then you said something when you were on that panel out in Irvine. I heard you on the panel, and you want to share this story with the listeners, how you increased your protein shake sales.
Oh yeah, man. Shit. I mean, we'll make 100, protein shakes a day in my club. And that's, for us, that's, $7 a shake. That's $700 a day and just extra revenue. I mean, if you cut that in half, that's still, $350 increase per day, every day. And sometimes more, sometimes a little less. But the reality is, if you're not delivering nutrition or driving nutrition on some level in your club, you're really just a glorified aerobics instructor. You're not a personal trainer. If someone comes to you for fat loss or weight loss, how are you not going to talk nutrition? Now, for me, as the leader of my club and driving vision, after I finish working out, I always have a shake. I believe in the metabolic/anabolic window. I believe that I'm going to eat something anyway. I might as well get my nutrients right here, right now. But also for my members, I owe it to them. If your member finishes one of your hard workouts, what are they going to do? They're going to eat something. Where are they going to go? Somewhere not good. McDonald's, Subway, Burger King. Save them from themselves for a very cheap, super efficient, high protein, low calorie, high tasting delivery system that's going to help them get to their goal. And here's a crazy statistic too. 8 out of 10 of our members have either had a negative experience or no experience with shakes or protein bars anyway. So though you think your members might not like them, I'm sure they don't, because they've had it from their friends selling Herbalife out of the trunk, and they mixed it with just this much water, and it was terrible. But you can make some really cool cool concoctions at your club, whether you have a shake bar or not. On the busiest times, bring in a blender, shake them up, give samples, partner with a good company that you trust, and just drive it. 84% of all of our members spend a minimum of $50 a month or more on supplements anyway. They're not buying them from us, their trusted source, their leader, their champion. They're buying them from like Walgreens, Costco, GNC. And we know for a fact that over 50% of all mass market supplements are mislabeled, which means they're underformulated. So Mrs. Johnson is trying to lose weight, and she's buying 50 grams of protein off Amazon, from Muscle Feast, and she's in a caloric deficit. She's going to lose muscle. Congratulations, you effectively helped her lower her BMR. Thanks a lot. Now her body fat's higher. When you could just be the trusted source and say, listen, don't buy any of that stuff online. Don't go to GNC or Vitamin Shop. I took care of it. I did all the research for you. And beyond that, 30% of all mass market supplements, Amazon, GNC, Vitamin Shop, are toxic, which means they don't even clean the raw materials before they make the stuff. They cheap out. They spend all their money on marketing. And it's money left on the table that your members are spending anyway. It's almost like, why would you not have water at your club? People get thirsty. I mean, what are you going to make them stop somewhere on the way, or fill it up at home? Dude, I forgot. Or it's like, why don't you have socks at your club? Shit, man. Like, dude, I forgot my socks. Well, buy a pair. It's $10. Not trying to gouge people, but they're buying this stuff anyway. They need to buy it from you, especially when it's directly going to affect their fitness goal, which is going to affect their retention. Two things people quit clubs: non-results, non-usage.
Yeah, I agree. And then, so you guys were able to increase your protein shake sales with just one simple strategy. Ask them.
It's crazy. If you just ask someone, on the way out, the goal is to ask 100% of the people, would you like a shake? And you don't have to be slick. I don't want anyone to be slick. Hey, listen, Mrs. Johnson, strawberry banana again? You don't have to do that. Just ask them if they want a shake. Would you like a shake? And the answer is either yes, which is great, no, or what is that?
Yeah.
That's it. And the what is that? You have an opportunity to sell them, not just on shakes, but to educate them on all the other supplements they may need where they're deficient.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a slam dunk, man. And like I said, it'd be one thing if you were selling vacuum cleaners at your front desk, but you're not. You're selling something I'm sure as trainers we all believe in. We just somehow can't wrap our head around the fact that there's a lot of revenue being left on the table from not just shakes, just from dietary supplements.
Mm-hmm.
And people are buying them anyway. They should buy them from you, not the soccer mom down the street who's selling Arbonne or
Isogenics or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. There's a zillion of them.
Yeah.
And again, I just flat out tell people, hey, you can buy supplements wherever you want, but I already did the research. I picked this brand for these reasons because I care about you. That's the way to position it. I mean, hell, but we've seen it, Jim. We have someone do the InBody and they buy their Walmart protein. Oh, they're going to lose muscle. It's going to happen. There's no way you can buy 25 grams of protein per scoop for $19. It's impossible. That company can't manufacture it for what you just bought it for. And how come they can get away with it? Because it's not FDA approved. We know that. It's not FDA approved. It's completely buyer beware. And the sad thing is, your members don't know. They don't know anything. They buy off price. They buy off price and they buy off marketing. They don't know what you know. So again, as trainers, as gym owners, I was telling someone this recently. I'm in the education business. I'm educating you all the time. Then I'm leaving up to you to make good decisions. I'll help as much as I can, but I need you to make good decisions. And it's your fault. It's my fault. Sorry. It's my fault if you do not understand.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And then one of my favorite lines that you use all the time is like when people say, I don't believe in supplements.
Yeah. Okay. I don't believe in supplements. Well, do you not believe in table salt? I'm sure you believe in the Easter Bunny then,
Yeah.
It's crazy. The supplement rule is this: food first, supplement where deficient. That's it. So listen, if you're trying to lose body fat, you probably should increase your protein so you don't lose muscle. If you're getting it through food, congratulations, you're doing a great job. But I can't do that. I don't have time for that shit. Your members don't have time to go home and cook steak or walk around with a cooler. Hell, I've done that in my bodybuilding days. I know you have too, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Your members aren't going to do that. Or something as simple as, like I say, calcium. Unless you get anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 milligrams of calcium a day, you're deficient. Hey, calcium is used for two things: muscle contraction and to build bone and teeth. If there's a lack of calcium in your body is more concerned with short-term survival than it is long-term survival. Oh, you're going to contract muscle. It will get that calcium from somewhere, from your bones. That's
right.
where osteoporosis, osteopenia. So if you know you're deficient and you don't drink milk or the calcium isn't in your shake, just take a calcium supplement. No trainer or coach is telling you to take stuff you don't need. And if they do, shame on them. Hell, if you drank milk, you don't need a calcium supplement. If you walked around with a cooler full of meat all day, hell, you don't need a protein supplement. If you ate cold water fish 2 to 4 times a week, you don't need omega-3. If you live in Florida and you work out in the sun, you don't need vitamin D. This dude here who's in Massachusetts, bald, albino, I need vitamin D. I'm never.
Yeah.
I look like a light bulb.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and we were talking about the evolution of the club and how the consumer is more educated and trying not to be a commodity but stand out above the crowd. And I think I think nutrition is a great differentiator because, like you said, a lot of clubs, a lot of facilities, a lot of trainers don't even touch it, don't even address it. They just focus on the training and they don't even address it. When you talk about results, retention, making yourself stand out above the crowd, being the next level or the future of fitness, then you can't do that without addressing nutrition.
You'll love this story. There was a gym owner I met. I don't even care if he listens to this. His club was called Real Results. Doesn't offer nutrition. Like, how can you deliver any result without nutrition? I mean, if my mom went to this club and she was, okay, Mr. Johnson, I want to lose body fat. Okay, let's get working out. I didn't tell you I wanted to work out. I said I wanted to lose body fat. So you're going to work my mom out 3-4 days a week. Now her need for energy increases. She's more hungry and she starts eating more. Congratulations, my mom's fatter. Like, how could you not? Hell, you would have did better of just saying, you know what, Mrs. Nash, you haven't worked out in almost 50 years. It's just a fact. You'd be best maybe the first month just meeting with me once a week and going over nutrition. My mom anybody would lose more weight doing that than putting my mom through 4 workouts. She wasn't looking to work out. She wants to lose weight, dude.
Yeah.
Help her move the needle. You know, it's crazy. And most of these big brands, for all of us studios who are a little smaller in our brands, the big brands won't do it. They can't scale it. They haven't figured that out yet. So that's the ultimate. And again, Jim, you said this. The differentiator for us is you have to deliver nutrition. You have to drive. You have to educate all the time. Not just do a newsletter, have seminars in your club, have fat loss challenges, which really just is a vehicle for you to deliver proper nutrition. It's really not a challenge. Have information within the club, whether handouts before a large boot camp or a session. Say, hey guys, listen, did you read the article Jim put together about the 5 tips for fat loss? Well, let me share it with you real quick. Hey, you take 3 minutes of their session to educate them before you put them through a workout. I think that's pretty damn important. They're not buying a workout, they're buying a result.
Yeah. And a lot of marketing people that I talk to on this show talk about how it's important to not sell a service, but sell a product. So, when you talk about these challenges or these programs, you want to package it by telling them what they will get. And It's almost like putting it in a nice little box that you can put on the shelf and they can pull it off and go, oh, yeah, I want more energy. I want lower body fat. I want to weigh less. I want to look better in my clothes. I want to look better naked, all of these things. And it's all in this product right here. So yeah, I want to buy this product right here. And then they sign up instead of some ambiguous term like, oh, let's train you, or let's go work out, or let's talk about nutrition guidelines, something like that. You need to really nail it down and talk to the consumer and what they're looking for and package it in the form of a product.
You're going to find their pain points. You're going to find out why they're seeking you out, what they want, what are they trying to accomplish. You need to find all of this stuff out and speak to them. There are really 2 types of customers. There's the customer that wants to join your club and be a part of something. And they kind of know intuitively when they meet with you that this is something, fitness is going to have to be indefinite. They know that they might have to do this the rest of their life. And they're okay with coming in, Jim, and meeting with you and spending some time with you when you helping them navigate through their issues, projecting them where they're going to be. Then there's another customer who really, they don't want to join your club. They just want to buy a solution. Mm-hmm. They want to buy the solution. They want to buy the smile, not the braces. So you sell them the smile, and it could be in the form of a challenge. That's a unique challenge in itself, no pun intended, is because you get this person who buys his challenge, which is great. For all those listening, if you're going to have a challenge, you got to charge for it. It has to be very expensive. Because that person, more likely than not, isn't going to roll over into a membership because it's a fractured relationship. They bought a product, as you said, Jim, or a system without even meeting you. So they're already in their head thinking, when these 21, 28, 6 weeks are over, I'm going to join Planet Fitness at a cheaper rate, or I'm going to work out in my basement. My husband bought some weights for me, or I'm going to start walking, or I'm just not going to do anything. I'm going to be in shape. It's a very fractured relationship, and the conversion rates on challenges aren't really that great because it is a fractured relationship. You took the money before you actually were able to build value in you long term. You build value in the program through your marketing. You build no value in you, and there needs to be both. Has to be.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that, because your challenges, you blow the roof off these challenges.
Oh, we crush it.
You crush it. The number of people you get in your challenges. What do you guys average per challenge?
We'll average minimum 100 people per challenge. When I say 100 people, the numbers are kind of skewed. We're about 60%, 65% current members who are already members of our club, paying a little additional to be a part of this challenge, which again is an accountability program. It's fun. There's a prize at the end. They can really step on the gas and start losing some body fat. And let's be honest, most people, when they lose weight, we all have heard, oh, when you should lose weight slowly and then keep it off. It's bad to yo-yo diet. That's bullshit. Every great athlete, every great bodybuilder, anyone who that's in phenomenal shape is a yo-yo dieter. Hell, I am, Jim, you are. You gain some fat, you lose some fat. You gain some fat, you get ripped. It's peak season, it's off season, in season. Undulating and through fat loss is completely normal. So again, about 65% are current members. The rest are non-members. And again, that's a fractured relationship. They come in and they're just they don't know you. By the time they get to know you, you're halfway through the challenge, and the relationship isn't the way it should be. So what you're really looking to do there is maybe if you can close 20-30% in a challenge, which is if you do a big challenge, you're crushing it. If you're doing a smaller challenge where you meet with people individually and you develop that relationship, a little bit different. But those big challenges we run, man, we crush it. But we'll run 8 a year. We're running 8 of those a year.
Shit. And what's the price difference between a member and a non-member?
So it's about, a non-member price for one of our 21-day programs is about $400. If they sign up really early, they'll get half off. Non-member, $100. Sign up real early, you get half off. So it's somewhere between, somebody will either pay $400 or $200 for 21 days. Our program's only 21 days. Okay,
got it. Okay, you run 8 of those a year.
Roughly 8. We it's like a full back dive. If it's working, run it again, right up the middle.
A full back plan. I like that.
Full back
right up the middle. Keep going until they stop us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, and then I want to go ahead.
Let's say so there's a couple different customers out there. There are people we have a bunch of non-members who will do every one of our fat loss contests at $400, or sometimes they get in early, it'll be at $200. And let's say we run 8 of those a year. When all said and done, Jim, they'll end up paying double a membership than if they were just a member year round. But the crazy thing is it's a different consumer. This person is very non-committal. They want to undulate. They know that they're going to do the next shred, in 6 weeks. They know that they're going to sprint. They're going to take their foot off the gas, maybe just walk garden outside, but then they'll pick it up again. And they're completely okay with that. And as the owner and as coaches, we're completely transparent. I'll say, hey, Mrs. Johnson, I want to save you some money. How about you just do this? No, I'm not interested in that. I go, are you sure? Because I'll show them the difference. They'll still do it. But you've got to have programs that are for those two types of people. You got to have programs for people who want to be a part of your culture annually, year round, and people who just want a short-term program, and it's fine. Being a veteran, the knee-jerk reaction is to say, oh, I wish that person would just stick around. It was stupid. Well, shit, man. That person came to every one of your challenges over the last year, and you made, $3,700 off them when it would have been half if they were a member. It's pretty good. It's okay. Yeah.
So it's a whole different demographic that you can reach.
Yeah.
Nice. Not to mention the additional revenue. You get that revenue bump 8 times a year, which is nice. Yeah. Okay. That's gold. That's a good nugget. Okay. And then let's circle back. So when we talk about like EFT, monthly EFT, and trying to get that, you have your membership price, you have your challenges, and all that feeds into your monthly revenue. Let's talk about nutrition. Like if you run a solid nutrition program and you can walk us through what that would look like, what kind of revenue bump per month can you expect?
I personally believe in order to drive supplements or dietary support in your club, every member has to get a basic nutrition talk. And I say basic, just tell them the importance of protein, the importance of a multivitamin, low calorie, high calorie, what happens to their body when they work out, just so they understand and they feel empowered. Through that, they got to fill nutritional gaps through supplements. So you have to have that conversation with every member. But on top of that, there has to be a deeper nutrition program outside of your challenges that people can buy. There has to be, because they're looking for it. Some people just want to say, Jim, can I buy a 6-week nutrition program? Yes. And what's that going to look like? For us, it's going to be somewhere around $800. And what that's going to include is we're going to meet every week for about 30 to 40 minutes. Your supplements are all included. And we're going to go over, we'll have a lesson plan. The first week, it might be the importance of hydration, but it's just you and me. and it makes that person feel really important and really accountable. And you'll also have the ability to text throughout the entire 6 weeks. And there are people who want that and need that. It doesn't always work in a big fat loss challenge where there's 100 people. Some people are shy. Some people get drowned out. But you have to offer that as well, too. But every single member on some level does have to get some basic nutrition, which is, hey, we'll sit down. It's included in your membership, when you first start, and I'm going to give you a baseline of what your program should look like. After that, they can reach out when they want, but if they want that extra level of accountability, they have to pay for it. And again, it's all these cool lessons that are built into this specific program. You might even throw a t-shirt in, I got ripped, and the supplements are included. They're not extra workouts. It's no more work for us. It's really just that 1 hour once a week. Half hour once a week where you sit down with the person, make them feel important, and then hold them accountable. Graze through their food log, stop, point things out, give them suggestions, slap them on the back on the way out and say, hey, listen, going forward this week, I want you to try this, this, and this. We're going to add another layer. The other layer is, I know you're in love with wine. Can we go 1 week without drinking wine? It's just a bad habit, but also it's causing you to eat chips. So just this week, we're going to take away wine, but we're going to add something in. Let's add more water. So these are all cool things that you can do within your 6 week fat loss, whether it's a fat loss program or just a nutrition program that you got to have. You got to have it because, and from a revenue standpoint, that's easily going to make you another $9-10 grand a month.
Yeah. Just from selling that nutrition program, not just selling supplements?
It's a nutrition program.
Okay. And the supplements are included in that?
That's included, yes.
Okay. And that's separate from any other supplements that you may sell? Separate.
Completely separate. They get a 6 week supply.
Yeah. I heard you say one time, and let me know if you guys still do this on like some of your challenges and some of your new member orientation. Do you give them like a basic package of supplements to get them started? Well, and if you want to go over the stats on if they buy the first time and the second time?
No, that's great. If you're having any sort of challenge, it's very important that on day one, you have everything ready for them. What I mean is you're going to have some sort of bundle that is going to speak to all of your members. For us, we just, in our values, we believe that every human on the planet should take a multivitamin. We know that every person that comes through isn't getting adequate amounts of protein, and 95% of the U.S. population is not hitting omega-3 levels. They're just not. And if they are, they could still have some more. So what we do is we call it our shred bundle. It's a protein, it's a multivitamin, and omega-3. And we package it at 20% off. They're in bags, ready to go. It's all figured out for them. And within our presentation, we tell everyone how important each one is to their body fat loss goal over the next 21 days. And how it's going to change them, and how it's going to build good habits, optimize their life, make them feel better. So on the way out, they just pick it up. And of course, it's really great to offer some sort of discount. I would say, anywhere between 10, 15, 20% that night only. Okay. And it's great. It's a great way to drive nutrition. If somebody joins your club and you sit down and you talk nutrition, it's a perfect opportunity to say, okay, now that we know the importance of calories, protein, vitamins, minerals, optimizing your body, you feeling better. Let's get you set up with your shred bundle on the way out. Do you want to use the card on file?
Boom, done.
Boom. I mean, again, there's 3 things they can say: yes, no, and what is it? Well,
right.
Let's go over it again. You can be working out more, so we're tearing muscle. You need more protein. You're in a deficit. I can't have you lose a muscle because then you just get skinny fat. There's a lot of, but you're going to ask for it. But I always take it from the standpoint where, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, shame on you. And I use my mom as an example. She went to your club, and on the way out, if no one had a conversation about nutrition, or for the love of God, have her take a vitamin, like, shame on you. Shame. I mean, no one would change my mom's life. Eating more protein and working out twice a week, walking on a treadmill would change her life. It's a fountain of youth. But I guarantee 9 out of 10 gyms would just kick her ass in Zumba or some bullshit.
Yeah, where she'll need like knee replacement or a broken hip or something. Yeah. Okay, so you do that shred bundle on the challenges and on new members.
Yes.
And then you want to go over this statistic that you use in Irvine about if they buy the first time and then if they buy the second time.
Oh, it's crazy. If somebody buys once, their chance of buying a second time increases 40%. If they buy a second time, their chance of buying a third time increases 80%. So you really want to get them in that buying habit right away. So offering a discount up front is really strategic. It's not about the discount, it's about the buying habit. But it's great stats. So you want to get people in the buying habit of making it part of what they do, part of your culture. And I tell people, listen, to get in shape, it's never working out. It's everything. It's who you're around with. It's how you eat. It's how you think. It's how you fill nutritional gaps. It's your workout. It's your sleep. It's everything. I wish it were one thing. So we educate on everything. And for some of our members, it might seem like a lot. They might say, hey, man, if I go to the gym down the street, it's just a kick-ass workout. It is, and they're robbing you. Shame on them.
Yeah. And we talk about that, the revenue streams of you can get $8,000 to $9,000 worth of supplements a month. And then you have the challengers was also bringing in a different revenue stream in addition to your monthly EFT. And that's not counting any other merch you may be signing or selling. But, a lot of trainers think of that, oh, you're just hawking supplements because you want to make money. It's like, no, it's part of the program. And that's the thing. That's the mindset that a lot of people have to get over. They associate it with a negative thing of, oh, you're just a used car salesman. No, it's about your clients getting results. If your clients get results, they're going to stay with you longer. They're going to spend more money, and they're going to send their friends or family.
So I'll go one step further. When someone says, oh, you're just trying to make money, so?
Yeah.
I mean, like, when is it a bad thing to make money? I'm not selling you a vacuum cleaner. I'm selling you something that works. And somebody would say, I actually thought that, oh, you guys sound like used car salesmen. Hey, no, it isn't like used car salesmen chase people in Target. People come into the lot looking for a car. So they're helping them. I'm finding a solution for you. I mean, even a used car salesman, they get bad reps. They're finding a solution. You're in the lot looking, well, let me help you find something. Shit. So this whole, like, and all you trainer dudes out there, if anyone should make the money, it's you, because you're actually helping people. I mean, you're not prescribing them some bullshit medication to pacify them. You're actually teaching them good habits. You're getting their life in order. You have them hanging around positive, great people who are good influencers. Beyond that, you're getting them stronger, fitter, leaner, happier. I mean, damn, anyone deserves to make money. It's us. And don't ever apologize for making money. It's one of the most bullshit things as industry, Jim. Oh, you're just trying to make money? So I can't make money too?
Right. Why shouldn't you make money?
I know. Wow,
I mean, like you said, there's so many trainers out there, and you and I were part of that group at one point where you do what I call the trainer grind, where you, like you said, you're training clients from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah. You're doing that 5-6 days a week. You're working your fucking ass off. Yeah. Why shouldn't you get paid? Why shouldn't you work smarter and make money? Why shouldn't you? So I love that answer. So yeah, I am. Yeah.
So I'm in a lot of I'm in a lot of clubs. And I was at a club recently in Chicago. I totally forget the name of it, but they actually were selling the teeth whitening kits, and I'm like, that's brilliant, because people are buying it anyway. And I know if it was, let's just say me, I was interested in that. I'm in the gym. I just worked out, and I drink my shake. I look over. I go, shit. I was gonna buy that online. I'm glad they have it here. I mean, you're not forcing anyone to buy anything. You're just asking them, hey, would you like this? And I'm like, that's a pretty fucking smart move. Like, it was smart. I'm like, damn. And people who are into fitness probably are into that. Hell, I know a lot of gyms, what they're doing now, this is crazy. It's the future, so listen up. A lot of gyms have Botox parties.
No shit.
Why wouldn't you do that? Is it bad? Shit, most of my members are between 40 and 60-year-old women. They love that. I'm like, and they're doing it anyway. Shit.
Botox parties.
That's actually party. I mean, shit. Is that really a crazy thing? They're buying it anyway. Why not you find the best Botox, doctor or nurse, whoever it is, come in and just do it, make it convenient for them, but also take the shame away. I don't care if you get Botox. I want you to get it. I hope it makes you feel better. I hope it makes you feel more confident. I mean, damn, we kind of think of this shit backwards as trainers, like, oh, that's cheesy. I don't think so. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. And we have a whole demo in our club. We call it the Mommy Mafia. and
love that.
that would be
Love it.
ideal for those guys
Yeah,
to have some kind of Botox party for the mommy mafia.
It would be really cool to say, hey guys, listen, send a private message to all. Hey, listen, I'm thinking of putting something together. A friend of mine, is a Botox doc. I can't think of the name, whatever the name is, a Botox doctor. And,
I got you.
And they asked me if I'd be open to having them come down and do a lecture and maybe do it in service. Would this be something you'd be interested in? I wanted to make sure I clear with you guys first. Yeah, awesome. That's great. What's it cost? Yeah, sure. That's brilliant. They already are afraid of you judging them, and you already cleared that out. I don't judge you. I'm not telling you guys to do that, but just expand your horizons, and don't be surprised of other revenue streams out there. If I was that doctor, I'd gladly pay you a fucking grand to come down and get in front of those women. Think of the return on their investment.
Yeah, absolutely. And all those different revenue streams are great, but you got to have your basic systems down. Let's not forget that. You got to have your basic systems down and running smoothly before you start layering other things on top of that. But once you get your basic systems down, then it's plug and play from there.
We just had this staff meeting last week, and that's exactly what we talked about. Is no matter what you do, you can't lose sight of what the most important thing that we do in our club. The single most important thing is you deliver great workouts. Of course, we deliver all the other stuff too, but if the workout's not great, they're going to leave. It has to be a great experience through that workout. You have to push them, motivate them, compliment them, congratulate them, champion them. You have to. This is the single most important thing. Everything's important, but in the layers of hierarchy of what the single most important thing is, you got to deliver good workouts. I know that Anytime Fitness did a huge study in their 4 zillion clubs with their personal training clients. What did you like most about your personal training session? The single most important thing was it was a challenging workout.
Yeah, I agree.
The second thing was they were nice. Third thing, they knew my name, which of course you have to have those intangibles too. But I see a lot of clubs, Jim, we tend to lose sight of. We're almost too friendly. We're almost too chummy. High five, hugs. The workouts kind of get lazy. You're talking about, the Bachelorette. When the reality is, get training. Right. You'll be their friend regardless.
Right. Yeah, they get watered down because, you get too chummy, too buddy. I agree. I've seen that a lot in the industry.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that myself, man.
Yep.
I'd be lying if I wasn't.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, I want to respect your time.
We can talk all day, Jim.
Yeah, that's a true story. But I want to respect your time. So I want to close out with a couple of final questions. And like I said, you were the first guest, the very first. We were in that hotel room. I think it was San Jose.
San Jose.
Yeah. But when we recorded that episode, and I don't know if I had the questions then, but what has been your most successful failure? And by that, I mean, what at the time seemed like a devastating loss that you didn't think you were going to be able to recover from, but you were able to take lessons from that you used to propel you further forward than you would have otherwise?
Oh, man. What I did was, and most of you coaches who are coaches / owners and are looking to be a owner, not necessarily a coach, if you're looking to get off the floor, I made a big mistake I just jumped off the floor altogether. I went cold turkey. I just completely went cold turkey, and I lost a lot of members. I did, but it was an opportunity for me to spend more time on my business rather than in my business. If I were to do it again, I would have done it different. But I was just so burnt out, which I'm sure some of us all have felt. One day I go, I can't do it anymore. I just didn't have it in me, and we ended up recovering and ended up being the best thing I ever did. But also, from the members who bought me within my club, I mean, hell, if you sell someone, you come with the package. Right. I mean, you do. And if you stop training, you can't be surprised that person leaves. It's okay. You're basically removing a portion of their product. So I lost a lot of people who trained with me, but I was able to make that up relatively quickly by focusing on my systems. If I could do it again, I would have gave them some leeway and said, hey, Mrs. Johnson, just so you know, I want to talk to you. I'm like very close to removing myself from the training, but here's what it's going to look like going forward. I want to make sure you get the best quality ever. I want to make sure that whoever works with you is top notch. Here's my cell phone. And do you have any questions? Here's why I have to do this. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. I would have definitely had an open door policy and gave him some leeway time. I would have said like, hey, probably in 6 weeks, I'm really going to tail back. But I didn't do that. I just quit on everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. And the lesson there is don't wait till you hit that point. Like if you're going to do it, put it in the date, tell everybody, and then you they kind of make you do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you could be a little bit more proactive and do it before you get to that burnout point, then that can make the transition a lot easier.
Communication is everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so hard. It's difficult because it's the details, right? And my next question then is, in the time that you've been in the fitness industry, what has been the biggest surprise that you've had to deal with that you did not see coming?
Man, I never thought that training clubs would explode like they did. I mean, I never thought that. I mean, I was definitely the first in my area. We opened in 2001, Jim, and there was a Gold's Gym, a YMCA, and me. I mean, that was it. Now within a 15-mile radius, there's 45, 47 competitors. But I never thought it would explode like that. I never thought that would happen. And I don't care what anyone says. You may be the best, but paper cuts hurt too, and they will cut you and they will hurt your business. So you always have to weather the storm because there's always someone coming after you. There's always someone coming after you. They're watching your Instagram. They're watching your YouTube. They're going to copy it. They're going to make it look similar, and they're going to undercut you in price. I could never believe, that what some of these clubs charge, Jim. I mean, like I saw an Orange Theory. One of my buddies sent me a flyer from his hometown, and they're like $59 a month. I'm like, how do you keep the doors open?
Right.
I mean, how do you keep the doors open? But also, it definitely waters down the industry, and I think it just hurts the industry by going so low. And to me, that's the biggest surprise, Jim, is that how vast the training world is exploding, and it ain't slowing down.
No. I think it becomes a race to the bottom, and people like price themselves right out of business and start to cannibalize one another.
You can't play that game. You can't play that game. You got to stay true. If anything, go up in price and add more value.
Yeah.
Slow it down, add more value, train less people, charge more.
Yeah.
Because someone's always going to run a boot camp for less money. Eventually, you're going to be paying them to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be out of business and they're going to want a job. All right. Then my last question is, I know you travel a shit ton. You're busy. You're getting ready to open up second club. We didn't even talk about that. Let's touch on that. So when is the new club opening up? Where is it? What are the specs? All that good stuff.
We downsized. We went half the size of my current club. So we went from 5,000 to 2,500. And we're just doing strength training. That's it. We're just doing strength training. No boot camps, none of that stuff. We're just doing strength training. And we're going to run it on every 50 minutes, on the hour, one coach, one person out front. And we really took the best practices of what we're doing in our bigger club and got rid of all the things that were really we thought were muddying our waters. And it's about 20 minutes away from my second club. And we're going to open about a week and a half. And it's exciting. It's an exciting time because this is definitely a new model for us. It's going to be fun, exciting, sleek. And we're just looking to really take this new model and expand it and hopefully get a couple more going by the end of the year. Yeah,
and it has that same Tron look. I've seen a couple of photos.
Same but different, right?
Yeah, it's fucking badass. If you guys, I can't emphasize it enough, check out Frank's clubs. You will not be disappointed. And then my last question is, I know you're opening a second club, you're traveling, you're a busy guy. Where do you go to get your personal development? Do you read books? Do you listen to podcasts? What do you do?
Everything. I mean, books, podcasts, courses online. I'm always doing something. And the cool thing is, like I mentioned about doing, virtual training online. I do it for myself personally. I mean, there's a lot of courses out there that you can take, whether it's just personal development, whether it's something like a sales course, which I'm taking right now, which is just teaching me to be a better salesperson or teaching me to help someone navigate to their solution better. And I'm training on that right now. Podcasts all the time. I listen to more funny podcasts like Bill Burr or like a semi-funny one like Joe Rogan. But man, that's more entertainment for me. But I'm always trying to get better and sharpen the sword.
Yeah.
More importantly, though, when I speak or I travel, selfishly, I'm not looking to make money or speak. I mean, yeah, that's there, but the goal really is I want to network with some of the other coaches and trainers and figures who are speaking, because they're probably way smarter than me. I'm trying to learn from them too.
Yeah.
So
nice.
if I get to speak at a conference, hey, it's a free ticket for me. I'm going to sit in and listen.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. And what are some of the like the last 3 courses, books, things that you've done, or people in the industry that you've met that have had a big impact on you?
I'll give you 2 real quick ones. I just reread How to Win Friends and Influence People by Carnegie. I mean, you can't read that too often. You can read that until the pages break. Yeah. And I'm taking a course right now, a sales course from Bradley, Bradlea. You could find a very Google search him, but he's a ex-car salesman dude, and he has a good vibe, and he teaches sales. And it's just, and what I love is he's not that he used to own a couple gyms, but he's not a gym guy. So it's refreshing hearing from someone who isn't talking from a gym point of view. He's kind of talking to you from a car salesman point of view, which I like. Okay,
got it. And then somebody in the industry that you've recently met that had an impact, or somebody in general?
Oh, damn, let me think. Shit, every day, man. Who have I met recently?
Oh, you know so many people.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. I usually reach out to some before I know them, but the whole crew at the GSD, the Get Shit Done Con, was awesome. I can't remember most of their names because I took notes down, but it was a pretty great conference, the Get Shit Done conference. Rick and I spoke at that, but it was a weird variety of people that was really fun, and I got to network with a lot of cool people I never knew before who were really smart. Hell, yeah. For me.
Yeah, and I saw the opening of that conference. It looked pretty badass. It looked like some kind of Cirque du Soleil shop.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, good. All right. So where in the world can people get in touch with you, find out more, contact you?
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of me is Facebook, Instagram. Frank Nash, and easy to find. By Frank Nash at Instagram. But also, everyone keep in mind that I speak all the time. But if you're ever interested in staff training, if you're interested in training your staff, I actually put together a pretty cool course in this. If you want it, let me know. Reach out to me. If you want something already done for your staff, and you can just sit back and let it run, and you can just ask some questions or role play in meetings once a week, let me know, because I just put that together for my staff, and I know that a lot of people would love that nugget of all the training, whether it's front desk, how to introduce a new member, whether it's the training, progressions, regressions. It's virtual training. So if any of you guys need that stuff, reach out to me.
Nice. Okay, awesome. And all of those links and all of those things you just mentioned will be in the show notes. Just go to trainergym.net and click on this episode of the podcast, and all the links will be right there. So Frank, thanks a lot, man, for coming on. It's always good to see you, even if it's online. But look forward to seeing you in October, if not before. Are you going to be in Chicago?
I am. I'll see you in Chicago.
Okay. All right. So hopefully I'll see you in Chicago.
That's like 2 weeks. So I'll see you then, Jim.
Yeah. Awesome. Right, guys, go Blues. Go Blues.
Go Bees.
Yeah. All right. Bye.